Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're talking about the best-selling cards under $5 or less. The clap was a little weird because I actually did something to my finger. I know it's a crazy 4th of July weekend already. But without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Started talking about the best-selling cards under $5 or less. It's just really it's relatively the same, fish stuff, water stuff. I am curious to see what's making Sign It Mining take off. I think if I had to guess, on top of Salomon Great, not only Salomon Great Circle coming to 3, but just also the deck proving that 3 Circle is really good, like really good for the deck. Like I think, what was it? Because it's like been the last 3 ban lists, something has happened for Salomon Great. I think like Mirage Stallion went to 1. Circle went to 2, and then Circle went to 3. I'm a Salomon Great player, you can tell. So after Stalio came back to 1, it didn't really change a lot. Circle going to 2 didn't change a lot, but Circle going to 3 kind of did help out Salomon Great a lot, and I've seen Salomon Great on a lot of different spots here and there, and it's definitely a solid tier 2, if not tier like 1.5 strategy. I don't think it's all the way up there at tier 1, unfortunately. But I do think a major reason why Sign Up Mining is so high is Salmon Great. But I also think it was kind of on the lower side. So I don't really know if this is a good time to invest in Sign Up Mining. I think that this was just a correction. Like, I think that this is not I mean, take a look at where this card was at in June. $2, $3, low ends of the twos. This is not a 230, 220 card. Like, as far as right now, this card is not. I mean, it said the listings as low as $1.50. Like that's just ridiculously low. Like this is not how cheap this card is. This is like honestly, it's like a 250. I would say like a 275, $3 card. And just looking at the customers also purchase page, like there's so many crazy card. There's a transcode archetype, there's a Salmon Great archetype, Parallel Exceed, Debug, and Sign It Mining. I don't think it searches Exceed, but Sign It Mining is just an absolutely amazing card. It still gets hard destroyed by Ash Blossom and Joyous Springs. It's obviously a great troll target, but that's if they have the hand trap. If they don't, because so many Cybers cards, like it's not just Salmon Great. Like obviously, almost all the Salmon Great cards, like Spinny, Foxy, Jack Jaguar, Falco, they all have graveyard effects as well, which is why Silent Mining is so good at Salmon Great. But it's also because a lot of Cybers cards have a lot of great effects in the graveyard. So this is a fantastic starter card for Cybers, and I think we're just seeing the market price is 276, and I think that there were listings below that. If there are listings below it, I would take it because this card holding the line at $3 is very, very common. Um, at least the El Dorado version. I mean, if you take a look at the other versions of Sign and Mining too, Dark Neo Storm obviously is pretty relatively expensive, but it's this $3 to $5 range is where Sign and Mining almost always sits. So just something to keep in mind. Sign and Mining was on this marker watch last week though, so I don't want to talk about it too much. Pretty Red, Anti Spell, you know how it goes. Ocean Dragon Lord, you know how that goes. More Marinette cards. Halka Firebrex, Nadir Servant, Dark Ruler No Mores. We've been tracking this. Okay, so it does appear like if you wanted to get Dark Ruler No Mores while they were under $2, yeah, that ship has sailed. So, this is kind of like, who sings the song Closing Time? It's a song Closing Time. I forget the band who sings that song, but it's kind of like the song Closing Time. Like you take a look at where it was at, June 19th, June 18th, a little bit about a half month ago. This card was like a $2.32 card. We take a look at the Albaz Strike Structure deck version that just came out, obviously. It was about $1.80, got all the way down to $1.55 on June 22nd. And we've been saying on the last couple of market watches, get this card, get this card, get this card, get this card, get. I don't know if you guys watched the Lithium 2300s Cross Bandless Cup, but in this most recent video, Actually, it was Drytron versus True Draco Zoo. And True Draco Zoo, if you didn't play during that format, was one of the most oppressive, just horrendous decks ever. It was just like it's like almost like today's Adventurer Dragon Link, where it was like the two existed, True Draco and Zoo existed for the longest time in the format, and then one day someone was like, "What if we just like put them together?" And that's kind of like Adventurer Dragon Link is kind of like that, and True Draco Zoo had this crazy unbreakable board that was unstoppable back in 2017, and Dark Ruler No More said no. And speaking of Drytron or even Dragon Link Adventurer, Dark Ruler No More just says no. Like if they have the Judgment set or if they have the Anti Spell Fragrance set, then obviously you're going to be in a bit of a tiffy. But if they don't, right? Some people aren't even main decking Judgment or Anti-Spell Fragrance. And I know, why would you main deck Dark Blue no more, right? But there's just, if they don't see Judgment, if they don't see Anti-Spell, if they don't, I don't know, if they don't see Magic Jammer, right? If they don't see the out for Dark Blue no more, they might just create like a 7 negate board that they can't use, they being your opponent. And so Dark Blue No More is just that great card. I still think if you're at fear of missing out, because like just look at like the past week, what this card is already starting to do. It's up 40 cents over the past week. Honestly, it's up 70 cents over the past week. You still have a chance. There's still a chance to do it. Before this version came out, the Albaz Strike Charger deck version came out, the Spirit Charmers one was at about $5. Even if we look at the Megatins version, okay, damage, never mind. But all versions of Dark Ruler No More, I could very easily see them in a year from now being worth $1. We talked about this card about a month ago about how sad we all were because I told everybody get the Spirit Charmer structure deck and sell them as quickly as you can. I was unable to sell mine, I'm pretty sure, or maybe I traded them, I'm not sure, but I was unable to sell mine fast enough. But now it's already starting to go back up in value. It's going to be $3 soon, $4. It's just Dark Ruler to the moon. Soon it's not going to be on this market watch soon. Like I would say maybe as early as October, like Spirit Charmer structure deck and Albite Strike structure deck versions will be, because these are still on the shelves. Like you can still buy these, the structure deck. And I kind of want to take a look at the structure deck. If we see another card from the structure deck, I'll take a look at it. But if not, get Dark Ruler no more. Like I said, I do say this every week though. This is very imperative. Obviously do what you with your money as you choose. Like obviously, if I'm like, hey, look at this card, it was number 1 last week and it's number 7 this week, or actually I think that's number 8 this week. 69 cents. It'll probably be $1 soon. But like spend your money how you feel, right? And that goes for any market watch, Yu-Gi-Oh or not Yu-Gi-Oh. I know MCO40 is Papa Robbie, but even if he tells you to buy something or if it's a good time to invest, and a lot of times he's right, sometimes he's wrong. I'm the exact same way. So spend your money how you like to spend. It's just a little advice there. Forbidden Chalice, the OTS pack. We can take a look. I've never really been a big fan of the pre-sale market, but it is an interesting game. Now here's how we gotta do this though for this. Because we don't really care about, this is the penny stock market watch, so we don't care like, oh, skill drain, that's so cool. So we can actually start right here. Hercules Beetle, is that the that is okay, that's what I thought. Shout out to Insect Support. Just need Max C, bro. If you bring Max C back to the game, Insects will be tier 1. Because that deck can search it. But Caius, the Shadow, Slime Token, Fairy Tale Snow. It's a common, but that'll probably be good value. DDD, Pain Painter. Okay, so this has been fun. Deshrudo. I continue onward. Forbidden Chalice, though. So Forbidden Chalice super rare. I wonder if, actually, we'll just check Chalice in general. Because this is actually another card that came up during the Lithium 2300 duel. This is just such a powerful card. All versions of this card are under $5. Now, I will say, well, I guess not all versions. You got Rage and Battle, Ultis, or Ultras, not Ultis. The premium gold versions are pretty solid. As far as an investment point, I think we're looking at about $2 for all copies of Forbidden Chalice or more. I don't think it's a solid investment. All right, this card. I've never seen it. I mean, listen, it's got 3, 6, 9, 12 minus. It's just got 10 listings right now. It's got 10 versions right now. It's about to have its 11th. And there's a lot of commons. Wing Raiders, for example, you get a bunch of them. If you pull, I swear, if you could find 5 packs of Wing Raiders, you'll probably get a playset of Forbidden Chalice. That don't quote me on that, but it was in a structure deck. It was in a Legendary Heroes deck. Like there are a lot of it. I don't see this card ever being like, oh my gosh, all copies of Chalice are $5. Like I don't ever see that happening. It's not ever going to be that good. But this is a fantastic card going second. Your opponent's got their Mirror Jade. They have their Griffin Rider. Is that what the adventurer card that comes out? I forget the card's name already. The level 8 Tortoise monster, obviously the Baron, and Scythe. If your opponent summons a Scythe during your turn, during their standby phase, or with their Baron effect, or they pop it with their Break Sword effect, and they go to summon Scythe, they summon Scythe back out, they activate Scythe's effect. If you chain Chalice, if the Chalice goes through, you can negate Scythe. So and then you can use your extra deck now. That's going second. Going first, um, Chalice is also a fantastic card because it's essentially an infinite impermanence that doesn't turn off the zones going first. But there's something very relative about this card. Okay, so it's not spell speed 3. Only counter traps are spell speed 3, but it can be activated during the damage step. So any cards or effects that affect attack, and potentially defense. Like I don't know if Chalice. I don't know. I don't know how defense works. Like I don't know if this said that target gains 400 defense if you could activate during the damage step if they're attacking into attack. Don't quote me on that. But I do know that cards that affect attack can be activated during the damage step, and I would assume defense as well. And the reason why that's relevant is some negation effects cannot be activated during the damage step. So you can get around certain things because you go damage step, damage calculation, activate Forbidden Chalice, target your monster, they gain 400 attack if their effects are negated. Also, this ruins a Skull Servant player's day. If you've ever activated Chalice against Skull Servants, it is quite hilarious. But we continue forward. The Gammas. We finally reached equilibrium, and the side frame gear Gammas are right next to each other on the market watch. I don't know who to thank for this. I'm so glad that this happened. There was points where this version was up here. There was points where this version was down here. They would go up, they would go down, but now I think this is the first time, and you guys can check it out on my channel. Shout out to anybody who actually does that, but you can check it out on my channel. I'm pretty sure we've never seen these two cards literally right next to each other. I've mentioned this before. I haven't mentioned it recently. This is why I don't like it. This is the only reason. Like this is why I don't like Psyframe Gear Gamma. Like I don't like running a circumstantial hand trap that also has a brick. I understand it has a special summon. I understand it negates a lot of really powerful cards. Like we were just talking about Signet Mining. Signet Mining, Pitch Spinny, Search Gazelle, Attempt to Search Gazelle, Chain Ash, Chain Psyframe Gear Gamma, Summon Psyframe Gear Gamma, Summon Psyframe Gear Driver, not Psyframe Gear Driver, but Summon Driver, Search the Gazelle. Fantastic interaction, right? But you know what's not a fantastic interaction? Drawing the driver. You know what's not a fantastic interaction? Playing Pot of Desires and banishing the driver. You know what's not a fantastic interaction? Activating Psyframe Gear Gamma in that exact sequence I just talked about, doing your full combo. I guess this isn't a great example, but let's say your opponent's going first and they activate a monster effect. You change Psyframe Gear Gamma. Your Psyframe Gear Gamma and your Psyframe Driver gets banished, and then you draw Psyframe Gear Gamma for turn, and it's dead because Psyframe Gear Gamma doesn't summon from the banish zone. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. As far as an investment's concerned, this card has consistently, I know I was joking around about it just now, but this card has literally consistently been in the best-selling cards under $5. So I would definitely invest in it. I could easily see all versions of these cards being above $5. But as far as playing it, I'm not the biggest fan. That's where I'm at right now. Like, I think it's a solid investment because I think almost every single week, like, that's a big thing. Like, if you see a card, like, this is from the 2020 tins, this is from Dual Devastator. If you see a card from a set that's not within the year, like, this is within the year, I think. Burst of Destiny might be, like, a little over a year. But Maximum Gold Eldorado's within the year. Duels from the Deep is within the year. Um, Ghosts from the Past, Second Hauntings within the year. 2020 Megatins are in from the year. Albert Strike is within the year. But this Cyframe Gear Gamma from Toon Chaos and the Eldorado version, because what happened is this version went down when this version came out. So that's kind of what happened there. But like I said, um, I think it does make Christian Alka Fibrex just like by itself, going first. So going, yeah, if you activate it during your turn, you can make Christian Alka Fibrex. So there's a lot of great interactions that Cyframe Gear Gamma had, but I just it's too bricky. But as far as an investment, I feel like it's pretty solid. Demise of the Land, we've seen its return. Welcome back, Demise of the Land. Um, I'm just curious to see this. That was what I was looking for. Got all the way up to $4. It's probably gonna be sitting at that 470 mark. What is in the world? Why am I here? Damage, near mints for $4. Is that the only near mint? Okay. What about these? Okay, so let's just do this because this is what we care about. There are no near mint first eds, by the way. It looks like, yeah, there are no near mint first eds, and very soon. I mean, this is technically $5. Like they're technically actually all over $5. Um, and listen, when this is one of those cards, and there's so many cards like this in Yu-Gi-Oh where it's an older card that was so bad for so long. But two things have happened, right? One, obviously, special summoning. Like every deck special, like even like to be honest, even like Floandery's special summons. Like not as obviously as much, but even like Floandery's special summons, right? Every deck special summons to some extent, but also terraforming at one. So it's harder for us to get field spells, and our opponent special summoning more. So it makes sense that a card like this all of a sudden sees a resurgence. I would hold off on investing these, though. I could very easily see in a set this card getting a reprint. It's definitely a very solid reprint target. Allure doing its thing. I think we talked about Illegal Knight last week. Yeah. I think people are just teching it because the adventure package is just that big of a deal. There's just so many adventure cards. Dinomorphias are still holding on. No one has commented as to why people like Dinomorphia, so I'll just assume that there's not really anything solid with the archetype. Like, I don't know. I've seen it every single week on the Market Watch since it's come out. Oh, I could save 51 cents. No way, Toy Wiz. Just take a look at Eldritch stuff. This is such a solid engine. I am running and Eldritch is different on Master Duel. So like Drytron, Sky Striker, and Virtual World are like good examples of decks that are all better because of the ban list on Master Duel. Because VFD is not banned. I think Benten's at 3, and I think Engage is at 2. Eldritch is actually worse though on Master Duel, but it's still really good. Like Conquistador's at 1, and it's just an interesting thing to test out. Like Conquistador's at 1, and I believe the Golden Lord is at 2, and it's still really solid in Master Duel. So like here in the TCG, you could say 51 cents using Toy Wiz. Here for the TCG, where everything's at 3, this is a great package. And I was just gonna mention how I'm literally running a Madolche Eldritch deck, and it got me all the way to Diamond. Like this package is so good. Like those two, I mean, they kind of interact with each other because Eldritch only runs one monster. I'm not running Cursed Eldin because, as it says, you can only declare attacks except for with zombie monsters. But you can obviously easily get rid of this card with the Golden Lord, right? So there's so many great interaction points right now. That's a $3 card. I'd assume the Eldorado version is the cheaper version. Yeah. So I haven't picked up the package yet, so I should heed my own advice. I just I should heed my own advice because actually let's do this real quick. We're not gonna go to Toy Wiz because they've been annoying. And if you're an advertiser, take that lesson for you. Because it's it's not good to be thirsty. That's not just good for advertising, that's just good life advice. It's not good to be thirsty. So this is an $80 plus $4 ship. It's an $85 Eldritch deck. This is gonna give you every single thing you need. Most of this is El Dorado stuff. But it is going to give you the Fusion Monster, which is actually... If you've never read the Fusion Monster, you need to, because it's actually a really solid card. But it's just going to give you threes of everything. Let's see if we can get a little cheaper than $80. Because I feel like... Okay, that was... honestly, that was my mistake. Uh, let's go with deck. Let's see if the deck nets us something different. Okay, here we go. So this is for $40, one Conquistador, no Golden Boy, and it gives you Trap Trick. What in the world is this? 1 second. Actually, I was ready to make fun of this. Two there, three threes, two, three. How many goldens? Two. I mean, you'd like three Curse Eldens, pay 8, feel great, and you two Golden Lord is fine. What is the Ghost card? What is this Ghost Chaos card? I'm not sure, but Illbud. This is actually not that bad. I actually like this because it's for $60 and free shipping, I believe. I actually like this. There's more than 10 available too. I actually like this better than the $80 thing we just saw, $85 thing we just saw. Makashi. All right, we're gonna take a look at this, and then we're gonna be done. This is my Dinomorphia. This is my bad deck that I just really like. So two Goldens, the Makashi stuff, obviously nobody cares. And then Conquistador, one Hakiro. So the ratios are correct, except for two Golden Land Forever is bad. I just would like more Hakiros and one Rivalry of the Warlords, two Curse Eldens. Zombie World's in here. Wait, is Necro World Banshee in here? No. Okie dokie. So $65. It's not bad. Plus Makashi is a fun deck. If it's another thing, if you've never played that, if you've never mess around with that deck, as we try to climb all the way back to TCG Player, that's a really fun deck as well. It's got a really weird set of interaction points. I guess this is interesting. This is good too that I'm showing this on video how to do this because I left a comment. I thought about after making the comment, I was like, I should have just done a video and made it the pinned video, like how to do what I just did there with the advanced search on how to find specific cards. But let me know what you guys think. What cards under $5 in the Yu-Gi-Oh world are you most excited about? Let me know in those comments down below. Make sure you guys click that like button to show your support for the channel. Subscribe for more content. But most importantly of all, have a good day.